Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JT Open Stuff. Today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at some of these Blokees preCOOL series. Now, I absolutely popped when I saw this Oscar. If you know already, I have opened a Cookie Monster here on the channel from this Blokees series, and I absolutely loved it. So when I saw this Oscar, I knew I had to have it. I really love these Sesame Street characters. As you can see, the second little series of them has Bert, Ernie, the Count, and Oscar. You can kind of play with them, I guess, like kind of move them around a little bit, move the white lever. You can bring a realistic and interactive experience to a stage performance. Very cool. Again, this is number 7, Oscar. I cannot wait to get into this and check it out with you guys. So while I am opening this up, do me a huge favor, guys. If you haven't already, go to wherever you have to go to subscribe to the channel and click that subscribe button. If you're watching on your TV, your phone, however you're watching, your computer, helping the channel is really nice of you. And the best way that you can help is by clicking that subscribe button. So thank you to everyone that already has. Thank you to those of you that will. And now let's get into this opening. All right, now it looks like the pamphlet of this one, there you go. You always get like a little pog with the character, and then find us on Facebook there. So we'll put him right back there. And then I love these instructions. They're always super colorful. Look at that. If you just wanted to display that on your wall, if you're a huge Sesame Street fan, look how cool that looks just to put it in a little frame. It's super cute. And that's right, Oscar has legs. Mind absolutely blown. Oscar has legs. But did you think that he was just popping up out of the garbage can with nothing? I thought it was hilarious when I was standing looking at these. I had another guy that was looking at a similar thing close by, and we were kind of talking about it. And I kind of was curious, like what exactly they would have to kind of prop them up in there. I figured they would just have like some sort of little bluff or something that would go in the garbage can. But the owner of the toy store that picked these up was like, no, actually he has legs. And we were both shocked that he indeed does have legs. So as you can see, the instructions for these little preCOOL Blokees are fairly easy to follow. We're going to put them right back here. We're going to get all of this Oscar built and just really have a lot of fun with it. All right, let's see. Now, the cool thing is these are less than 10 bucks a piece. I want to say they're closer to $6 a piece for these little preCOOL Blokees. So it's a really fun little thing to get for your kids or for yourself if you're a huge Sesame Street fan. Just something cool that you can display and just be a part of something that you loved growing up. So there you go. We put his eyes on. And look at that, his mouth does open and close. That is really funny. All right, number 2. It says always be sure that you're following, the direction of the actual pieces. But I'll show you what I mean. So see on here, these pieces look very similar, a front and back to his body. But if you look on here, they do give you a little bit of a tip. It has that little bit of a notch on the top, and that will be the front. So then you can go back over here and you see, now when you look at it, you see that little bit of a difference right there. This will be the front, this will be the back. So you do have to kind of watch, pay close attention to get them in there correctly, but the instructions themselves are always really simple and easy to follow. All right, let's put his body right there. Next up are his arms. So we want to look for his little shoulders here. And there is another piece right here with an elbow. Then looks like it comes with a little piece right there, kind of to simulate that furry arm, and then his hand. So he has an open hand and a closed hand. The closed or gripping hand is his right hand. So I think that one popped on there good. Sometimes they make a nice little click. Sometimes they don't, but I think that's on there really good. Yeah, I think so. Now let's do the same thing over here. Get his little shoulder right there. And then his elbow there. Just see, yeah, they're about the same size here. Just wanted to check that really quickly. Then this little kind of fur look there. And his open hand. There you go. You heard that kind of a little click right there. Now this one will go right into there. Oh, you know what? Look at that. I completely missed that this little piece is supposed to pop onto the outside of his arm here. Just kind of like a little shield almost. And then we'll do the same thing right over here. You can play with these and they would be fun to play with, but I kind of look at these as like a more of a displayable figure, but they do have a lot of articulation and playability if you would like to do that. Now this little thing will go right onto his head there. You're starting to see it come together a little bit. And then let's take a look at his legs. So they give you instructions for each leg. Those are his feet. All right. And then they kind of fit on those ball joints like that. So this will actually be kind of the front of his leg. Then you put this little piece right here. In there. And then, whoops, I think I just put that in upside down. I don't know. Whoa. Wow, that would have been not a good move. There we go. Wow, that was not a bright move. Then it kind of clicks into place like that. So there we go. Let's do the same thing with this one. We have that piece. This one kind of goes up in there and then kind of clicks into his foot. These then go on to his hips right here. And as funny as it might be, that is your full look Oscar with legs. Stand test, stands perfectly. Now you have all of these other little pieces right here. Now I'm just curious, did I miss? There are 2 of these little pieces extra. But the only place I see any of them going in is here and here. So yeah, I think maybe we just got 2 extra pieces. All right. You also get a lid to your garbage can that will stay up. He does indeed fit in there. He looks absolutely ridiculously cool. Then you do get a Slimy right there. And what's cool about this is if you see that, he's got like that little peg right there that is meant to fit perfectly into Oscar's hand so he can talk to Slimy, hang out with Slimy. You see right there, his arms kind of came off a little bit from just kind of bouncing him around, but how cute is that? He's got his little buddy Slimy with him. Then you can also use this little, it's kind of almost like a little marionette style thing. You put this together here. Kind of has a bendable thing there. And he has this little notch right here in the back of his head. And that will allow you to kind of move him around how you would like. You can kind of, it doesn't really do a lot, but it does allow you to move him around just a little bit. Now, I also just saw something really funny. He does have that hole on the top of his head. So you could also, and see this arm right here, this is the one thing about playing with these. You have to be really careful with them because this arm is a little bit loose in the body, but maybe I just didn't click it in good. Let's see. There, I think that clipped in just a little bit better. Just a little bit. Maybe we'll put Slimy right on top of his head. Absolutely adorable, guys. I love it so very much. It is one of my favorite figures I think I've opened on the channel. Oscar is such a funny character. This will definitely be going in my collection. He'll go right into the case, right next to Cookie Monster. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, please. It really, really helps out for other people to see this video. Again, please subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next toy opening video.